Hey guys, this is the Mototrbo series, and this is the third take. I'm not doing another one. These are VHF units. They're both analog and digital. They work on phase 2. I've got 4 VHFs. They're in pretty nice condition. Some show more wear than others. This one has a little bit of engraving on the side. Very good units. These are VHFs. They've got brand new Mototrbo antennas on them. The VHFs are 6550s. If they're 6550s, they have GPS. If they're 6500s, they don't. Let's see here. These have expansion boards in them. Vox, and a lot of options that you can't get with any other. Oh, isn't he a handsome fella? That's a good man right there. He had to make an appearance. This one's a 6500. This is a Q split, and this one I've got 3 S splits. So I've got 4 VHF Q splits and 4 S splits. Oh, Scooter. His name is Scooter. And they're very good. Oh, this one shows a little bit of scuffing on the front. Although I don't like scuffs, you can rehouse these without too much problems. I'm not going to rehouse them, I'm just going to go ahead and sell them. Lithium ion batteries, belt clips. I just put brand new side contact dust covers on all but the 2 that I've got, and I've got incoming side contact dust covers from Jeff at Sandy. Jeff, thank you so much. These do have the RF adapters built in. Motorola finally pulled its head out of its ass and decided to integrate these into the radios themselves. They needed to do that. I'm not going to do a demo on these right now because this card space is running low, and after 3 takes of this I really don't feel like doing this. But these will do both. They're phase 2. They'll work on the phase 2 systems. They're analog and digital, and also when they go into digital mode, the encryption on them is very, very good. A 5000 will not pick them up when they're in digital mode and in privacy mode. So the encryption is very good on them. The mics are the same mics that come with the that will work with the APXs. These have the emergency man down buttons on them. Kit number on these mics are PMMN 4025A. I did want to do an update on the mobiles. I've got 2 110 watt high power XTLs coming in. They're 2500s. I'm going to convert them to XTL5000s, and I'm going to put a very, very, very killer flash code in all of them. And one thing you have to understand with the XTL series is if you buy just the head unit, or not the head unit, the brick, you've got to buy the ones that I've got coming in have the remote head interface on them, and that means that actually you need the cabling, the ignition sense, you need the power cable with the speaker that goes to the remote head, you need the power cable that goes into the back of the unit, you need the data cable that goes from the head unit to the brick to the remote head. There's a lot of things you need and a lot of parts you need, and I've just chased those down. and they're going to have 05 heads on them, and they're going to be very, very, very good. I've also got one XTL 5000 and 800 megahertz rolling in. It does have the remote head interface. I'm going to sell that remote head interface and turn it into a dash mount. The reason I'm going to do that, I've already ordered the parts. The reason I'm going to do that is because the cost of just the data cables, they're really up there. 65 bucks just for the data cable. I think it's $29.95 for the ignition sense cable. Power cables are about 17. It adds brackets, trunnions. Those are about 24 bucks. You need all of that to actually get a good package, and then you're not done there. After the flashing's done, after the conversions are done, after all that stuff's put together, then you need to upgrade the firmware in them. If it's below 12, I've got to upgrade them. I just can't let it go. And the only way to really upgrade those properly and do it justifiably is a long process. If you go with a USB cable, it's quicker, but you need an I button. You've got to have it, and you really shouldn't do any firmware upgrades without an I button. Yeah, it costs money to do that, but if you really want the radios to perform as well as they should, the I button is necessary. It's a necessary evil. Motorola are corporate pricks when it comes to firmware upgrades. They should be able to provide those, especially to public safety agencies, as a courtesy if nothing else. But they don't, and they stick and stick and stick and stick you for everything they can while you've got the radios. These Mototurbos can be, the firmware can be upgraded free. I think the APXs can too, but on the XTS series, they're still wanting to, you know, bend you over a barrel, so to speak. And it's just one of those things. If you want it done right, use an I button. If you want to brick the unit, you can take your chances and do it some other way. I don't recommend that at all. I recommend getting everything done properly, and you need to know what flash codes are acceptable in the units that you're working on, and it gets technical, and it's just the nature of the beast. But anyway, the XTLs that are rolling in, it's going to take me a little bit of time to get the parts in, to get everything exactly as it should be. And I think the high powers that are Q-split, I think those are already sold. I haven't gone over the price structures with the company that is going to be buying them, but the purchasing agent doesn't want to deal with anybody but me, and that's a very nice compliment. So I've worked with them for quite a while, and given them good deals on everything they need. And I'm not sure if both of them are going, or if, you know, just one's going. They need to be able to put it on. It's going on the XTLs that they're using are going to be put in like a cargo type container that's going to be movable. They're going to have ATA flight cases for some. They put them on planes and they go where they need to deal with fires in ships and things like that. And it's a really big operation, and but they go where they're needed and they go all over the world. But the 800 megahertz XTL will be a little bit easier to work on because I don't have to deal with all the remote cables and all the stuff that goes along with the remotes. But the remote heads are very nice, and I'll try and do a video later on once I get those. It's going to be with the holidays, it's going to be a little while. Anyway, I wanted to do a quick video and let you see the Mototurbos that are in, and if you need these, let me know. And they're very, very good units. They do a lot, and they're very reasonably priced. And the XTLs, right now I've got 4 that are in S-split. Firmware is already upgraded. Everything they need has been, they've been flashed, they've been converted. All the parts have been, are in and installed, and all the cables and everything else, the mics, you've pretty much seen those. So they're ready to go and they're ready to sell. I need to figure out the price structure on those as well, because the parts, you know, it's not just the brick. It gets down to the brick is what the radio is, but it actually gets down to the cabling, all those things, the microphones, the trunnions, the cables, the power cables, ignition sense, and especially if you're dealing with remote heads, you know, you've got to have the interfaces. It's just, you know, it gets into a lot of work, a lot of time, and chasing down the suppliers and getting the parts is also difficult, and the upgrades aren't easy. So I'll just have to see how that works out. But anyway, guys, hope you have happy holidays, and I'll talk to you later on.